you saying that's not true, Mom. But started my career as a counselor, which brought me, then I got into administration, then I got into recruitment. So I kind of had a windy kind of career path, and people like me, I think I went to some really traditional institutions that told you, like everybody in my undergrad was like, oh, I want to be a lawyer, or a doctor. Those are the things that you wanted to do, but entrepreneurship was a windy world that I was always suited for, but too scared to step into. You know, like I'm also a first generation college student, so if you go to college, you should be getting paid, right? Like you should be earning. And then certain communities like mine, if you go on to college, you shouldn't, but if you go on to college and you secure a job, you're also providing for your families. I don't know if like that's the task that some of you had, but I was 22, expected to get so many people across the finish line too. At 22, like what in the world, right? So, well, my time coming to New York, supporting CoLAB with his transition to business school, it allowed me to go on a journey that was very new and very scary to me at the time. I like my 2-week payments, I like my checks coming in, I like my 403B. I did it, like I call myself a 9-to-5 entrepreneur. I liked it. This is scary, it's crazy. CoLAB doesn't talk me back into it a lot of times, but at this point, it's who we are. It defines it. I don't know any other way at this point, but yeah. So essentially, after the traditional paths to actually gain access, you talk to investors. He was backed by MIT, Harvard. Investors were ready to invest to write his first check for his pre-seed round, but could not find someone to close. And instead of allowing that to deter him or stop him from pursuing his amazing dream with a team, a really solid team, we started an equity crowdfunding campaign, and I led that initiative to organize 7 events across 6 cities. And raised $400,000 during a pandemic. I wouldn't always qualify that because it seemed like, what's $400? It was during a pandemic when people were being really conservative with cash, which is why we were in the place that we were in the first place. Like, honestly, if we raised capital in a different time, we would have definitely been able to gain traction and investment dollars, but it was during the pandemic. We just graduated. We just went into, So the 400,000 in 90 days, we went to cities that we were familiar with. We went into the network and the spaces.
Went to Atlanta, went to DC,
Martha's Vineyard,
Boston, went to LA.
Atlanta, did you say that? Oh, is that the one? But we went to some spaces that were familiar to us. We went to spaces that allowed for us to just ask and share what we were working on and allowing people to participate and become investors. And we found a great deal of success there. But then a few months later, there was an HBCU competition with Serena Williams and Michael B. Jordan and Mac Ventures. Phenomenal investment team who were ready to say we want to close the wealth gap, particularly Black tech founders. And he won that competition out of about 300 applicants who were selected to even participate. She televised it, it was a big thing. And what happened?
We ended up raising 1.5 million from them. So we went from no investors, then we raised 400,000 in 90 days, and by the end of the year, we had raised 1.5 million. So close to 2 million in total in a short amount of time. And you know, we're here today to tell you what exactly. So one, we're actually launching a new campaign. It's called Build for America. And this was about giving everyday Americans access to new AI tools to help them build. We just did a 10-week accelerator with Google, and we launched our first AI product. But the reason why we're launching this campaign is because the disparity between Black leaders, Black entrepreneurs with access to capital, it still exists. But we believe that our story is the story of America. We believe that great American enterprise needs to come from communities like us, and that stories like a husband and wife who are navigating this tech market and doing whatever is necessary to gain access to capital and give everyday builders and contractors access to tools, that it's an important and necessary work. And that we believe we liken the work of wealth creation, job creation, creating access to opportunities, we liken it to activism. It's modern day activism. And, if we can do it, with the baby and the kid and all that stuff, you can too. And for those who are budding entrepreneurs and, all these things that you're surrounded by are people who make bets on themselves and believe in the work that they can do. And if you're corporate and you're doing that corporate thing, then, we're asking you to invest in the next set of entrepreneurs. And we're not just saying support us, right? Support us is buying something from us. To invest in us means that you're a partner. To invest in us means that you're looking for financial returns. You believe that if you put $1,000 on me, and you're going to get $15,000, $2,000, $10,000 back. It means that you now have you have stake in my success. That our success becomes your success. So we're launching a new campaign called Build for America. And we're right now in pre-launch where we're giving access to our early investors. But at the end of the day, the reason why we're here, the reason why this family is before you, is to remind you that we exist. We are here. We are still out here. And the next generation of great American enterprise will come from these communities. And we're a living testament to what that works look like. So